All right. So, good morning. I'm Leandra with Peak Oils for Life. Thank you for joining me. We'll be doing a root chakra balancing yoga flow this morning. So, have your yoga mat, your bolster, or a big pillow, some yoga blocks if you have them, and a small blanket, and even an eye mask if you'd like for the end in our final Savasana pose. So today is to be grounding and balancing, connecting ourselves to the earth for stability and strength. Also can tap into the creative side of our bodies. The root chakra is just at the base of our tailbone. It runs through our legs and feet, and it grounds us to the earth. So we'll be doing some poses to open that up and balance. We can start with a couple grounding routines and some breath work. So you can sit a little bit higher on your bolster, get the flesh out from under your sit bones, sit in a nice, easy pose, cross-legged position. Have your eyes heavy or closed towards the floor, heavy towards the floor or completely closed. If you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, if you're pregnant, if you have any serious injuries to any of the joints or any recent surgeries, please avoid this practice or at least modify for every pose. Definitely move into child's poses while we go into downward dogs or upward dogs, and I will guide you through that. Have your hands at your knees, and again, heavy gaze or eyes closed, breathing into the nose and out of the nose, being aware of your breath. You don't have to control the breath right now, just have that awareness. The breath is moving in and out. Have the tall spine all the way to the skies. Chin is parallel to the earth. Feeling our foundation, rooting into the earth, connecting with our source. Now, big inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing for any tension to escape. Releasing tight areas in the body. Last time, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We'll do a 3-part breathing yogic breath. So deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, or out through the nose. And you're going to breathe into the belly and into the chest. So breathing deeply down into the belly, expanding the belly, and then expanding the chest, and a little bit into the collarbones, and pause at the very top for just a moment, trying to sip in a little bit more air. And exhale from the collarbones, the chest, and then the belly, contracting towards the spine, pressing the air out. Again, inhale through the belly, deeply into the chest, expanding the collarbones, still relaxing the shoulders though. Hold at the top for just a second. Exhale from the collarbones, the chest, and then the belly completely. 3 more of these big yogic breaths on your own. When you're finished, just breathe naturally. And we'll do a quick Kapalbhati breath. This breath is a forceful breath. It's very cleansing And if you are menstruating, please avoid this breath and continue your yogic breath. We want the energy for that cycle to continue to flow properly. But you're going to breathe in and out of the nose, and you're going to forcefully exhale, pressing the belly in. So it's going to be like this. You can place your hands at your belly if you like, and just to feel that forceful exhale through the nose. The inhale will come naturally. So halfway breathe in, and then forcefully through the nose. Do that 15 times. And then exhale completely, and you can relax your hands back at your knees and breathe normally. And we'll do that again. We'll go to 20 counts. So breathe in halfway, keeping the shoulders relaxed, tall spine, chin parallel to the floor, and Kapalbhati, forceful breath out through the nose and press in the abdominals. 20 counts. And exhale. Normal breathing. We'll do one more round to 25 counts. At your own pace, you can do it as slowly or as quickly as you like if you've done it a little bit more, but should not be exerting yourself. If you feel like it's hard, then just reduce the speed. And inhale halfway, 25 counts, and begin. And exhale. Finished. And come back to your normal breath. And our mantra today is to be grounded, strong, steady, and creative. Okay, we can take away our bolster or pillow if you're sitting on one. Come onto all fours. And we'll do 5 to 6 cat cows. So you can even have a small blanket under your knees if it's hard on your knees. Have your curls folded underneath, or you can have your feet flat, whichever is more comfortable. Fingers are spread wide on the mat, wrists are directly under the shoulders, and knees are directly under the hips. Inhale, pressing the belly button towards the mat, opening up the chest, looking up slightly. Pressing the tailbone towards the ceiling. Exhale, arch the spine, curl in the pelvis towards the belly button, chin to chest, pressing away the mat. Inhale into cow again, belly button towards the mat, tailbone to the sky, opening up the chest. Exhale, curve the spine, arch the back, chin to chest. Tailbone towards the heels, pressing away the mat. Do that 3 more times on your own. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. And when you're finished, put your knees wide onto the mat, your toes touching, and lean back all the way, hips towards the heels. Reach out in front of you, forehead to the mat into child's pose. 3 deep breaths. Try to breathe through this practice in and out of the nose. If you know your Ujjayi breath or ocean breath, you can do that as well. Light constriction in the back of the throat, sounding as if the ocean is just nearby. And come back up. Come into a seated position. We'll do bound angle pose. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. You can put your blocks right under your knees if you feel like it's a little bit too much tension or you can't sit up tall. So put your blocks right under your thighs and knees. Get the flesh out from under your sits bones. Put your soles of the feet together. So if you have your blocks there, wonderful. Modify wherever you need to. You can sit back on your bolster as well to have your hips up a little bit higher. Sitting tall, opening up the chest, opening up the collarbones. Don't yank on the feet, but open them as if they were a book, pressing the thumbs on the insides and away. 3 deep breaths. Don't forget to smile. Grounded steadiness. Okay, now we'll go into our first downward facing dog. Hands are spread, fingers are spread nice and wide. The wrists are under the shoulders and into your tabletop position. Curl your toes, press your hips all the way up to the ceiling and press back slightly so your ears are towards the tricep. Neck and head is relaxed. Your shoulder blades are pressing away from each other. All finger pads are pressing into the mat, and you can walk your dog, bending each knee alternatively to get the back of the legs stretched out a little bit. Make sure you're pressing into the thumb and the first finger a lot as well because you want your hands to not take all the pressure onto the wrists. Okay, try to have your knees straight. If not, definitely keep them bent. Maybe later on you'll be able to straighten them a little bit more and gradually press your heels towards the mat. Inhale, walk all the way up to your hands. Have your feet hip width apart here, toes are spread wide. Bend your knees really deep. Place your abdomen on your knees. Cross your elbows. Okay, each hand is on an elbow. Relax your head and neck down. And just allow some decompression in the spine. You can wave back and forth a little bit, warming up the spine, warming up the tissues. Nod your head up and down, yes and no. Okay, place your hands back at your mat. You can keep your feet where they are, or you can touch your toes just slightly and keep your heels a little bit further apart. Whatever is more comfortable for you, wherever you feel like you have a strong foundation. Activate the knees a bit if you have your legs straight. If you can't straighten your legs, it's okay. You can have them bent a little bit. Forward fold, halfway lift. Place your fingertips on the mat or your shins, pressing the spine away, pressing the head all the way towards the front of the mat, as if you're trying to reach the opposite end of the room. Elongating the spine and exhale, forward fold again. We're hinging at the hips. We're not trying to really curve the spine too much in the low back. We want to hinge at the hips. Now, strong foundation, activate the knees, activate the quads, sweep your arms up, flat back all the way up to extended mountain pose. Press the arms a little bit back behind the ears, and exhale, arms all the way down through the center. Now we're going to begin a bit of a flow. Inhale, arms up, extended mountain, forward fold, all the way down to the mat. Now step your right foot back and your left foot back into a high plank. Every time you are in a position like this, keep your fingers nice and spread wide. So in a high plank, you are activating the abdominals, pressing away, keeping the back as straight as you can. We're not arching in any position, Okay, we're keeping it nice and strong. And then knees and chest to the mat. Press forward a bit. You can come into Sphinx pose, which is just like this. Elbows under the knees, palms flat. The legs are actively pressing into the mat and pushing your chest slightly forward and your tailbone slightly back and pressing your pubic bone into the mat. You can always come to this pose, or you can do low cobra, which is hands directly under the shoulders. Press a little bit up until you're comfortable, or high cobra, way up. Or you can come into your up dog, which is having your legs off of the mat and pressing your feet into the mat. Now exhale all the way into downward facing dog, pressing away the mat, pressing away, pressing the hips towards the ceiling again. Inhale, step that right leg forward, and you can grab it with your hand, walk it all the way to the front if you like, and then step your left leg forward to meet the right foot, forward fold, and all the way up to extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands down. Do that again. And gradually we're going to try to do this with each breath. So inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pressing the hands on the mat or the shins. And guiding the head towards the opposite side of the room. Our strong foundation is what keeps us grounded. So feet are flat on the mat and legs are active. Step that left leg back, the right leg back, high plank. You can do your modified chaturanga, which I just showed you, or full chaturanga, which is a slight push-up. Elbows are going to touch the ribs all the way down, pressing yourself forward and up into whichever pose you chose. Low cobra, high cobra, upward facing dog, opening the chest, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale into downward facing dog. Now raise the right leg up to the sky and bend that knee deeply. Open that hip. Press the foot towards the left side of the mat. Inhale and exhale. You can exhale out of the mouth if you need to. Opening up that hip. You can even do some big circles with the knee if you like. Getting some range of motion in the hips. And exhale the leg down. And bring your legs back up to the front. Walk up to the front and forward fold. Exhale. Inhale all the way back up to extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg back. Right leg back. High plank. Chaturanga. Elbows kiss the ribs. Forward into up dog or your cobras or your sphinx. Or you can go into child's pose to modify. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale the left leg up. Bend the knee deeply. Open the foot. Open the hip. Foot is going towards the right edge of the mat. Press really hard, deeply into both hands. Make sure that you're still even in the weight in your hands, keeping the necks relaxed. You can do some circles with that left hip if you want to. Open that up a little bit. And exhale, bring that leg back down. Inhale, step all the way forward. Forward fold. Inhale all the way back up to mountain pose. Exhale, arms down. Now, in your mountain pose, you can have your feet hip width distance apart or your toes slightly touching and your heels a little bit apart. You're activating the knees, the quads. You're pressing the tailbone towards the base, towards the mat a little bit, activating the abdominals. The hands and palms are facing forward, relaxing the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back a couple times. Nice, tall. And the chin is parallel to the floor. So anytime we're in mountain pose, Imagine this is your strong foundation, grounding you to the earth, keeping you steady. Opening up that balanced chakra. And just take a couple deep breaths there. Okay. Now inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale with your right leg back, going into warrior one. So 45-degree angle with your back foot, pressing into the back side of the foot, the back edge of the foot, keeping that front left knee bent. And you're going to be stepping about 4 feet apart. Keep your hips forward, your shoulders are straight forward. Sweep the arms up all the way into warrior one. We're not opening the hips here. If you need to, you can keep your foot forward. You don't have to put it at the 45-degree angle. If you have the ability, you can put it at the 45-degree angle, press into the back edge of that back foot, and push that right hip forward. So it's trying to be in line with the left hip. 2 more big breaths. And sweep your arms back down to the mat. Bring your left leg or your right leg to meet the left. And step your left leg back. Do the same thing on the left side. 45-degree angle on that back foot if you can, or it can be straight. It doesn't have to be pivoted. 4 feet behind you. Press into the back edge of that foot. Deep bend in the front leg. Sweep your arms up. Inhale. Pressing that left hip forward. Trying to make it in line with the right hip. Deep breaths here. 3 big breaths. You've got this. You're doing great. Exhale, arms down to the mat. Bring that right leg back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Press the hips towards the ceiling. Press the heels towards the mat. Press the hands and the feet away from each other. Relax the head and neck. Inhale, step forward with the right foot, the left foot, and forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up into your extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Chaturanga or modified chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step that right foot forward. We're going to do our warrior one more time. This time we'll start on the left. Pressing that left back edge of the foot into the mat. 45-degree angle if you can. Bending deeply into that front knee. Inhale, arms all the way up. Press that left knee, hip towards the front of the mat. And you can press the right one back just a little bit. If you feel tension in the low back, press the tailbone towards the mat. Breathe deeply. You've got this. 2 more big breaths. And exhale down to the mat. Rotate that foot back straight. Bring the right foot back and the left foot front. Rotate that left or the right foot, pressing into the back edge of that foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Press the hips. Press that right hip forward, left hip back. Get it as lined as you can, pressing into the back foot. If you can see your toes of the left foot, great. But you don't want your knees to be splaying out or in. Nice and straightforward, lining up with those middle toes. 1 more big breath. Exhale, sweep down to the floor. Bring your foot back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. In and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. Now bring your, I'm going to have you mirror me. So I'm going to say right foot, but it's my left foot. So have your right foot to the front. And you're going to have them about 4 feet apart. Toes are facing the side of the mat. You should be facing me. Have your hips on your or hands on your hips, flat back. Raise yourself up, inhale. Now, rotate, pivot your feet outward so they can be facing the front and the back of the mat. Strong foundation in the legs, squeezing the glutes together, squeezing the abdominals so you're more balanced. Find your drishti. This is your focus point. So find a spot on the wall or in front of you that's not moving. Inhale, arms up. We're going to goddess pose, cactus arms, and squat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more big breaths. Pressing the tailbone towards the mat. Try not to have an arch in the back. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, arms down. Now pivot that back foot, step up to the front of the mat. And we're going into chair pose. You can have your feet hip width distance apart here. Sit your hips back nice and far as if you're getting into a chair. Don't arch in the back. Keep it rounded a little bit so your tailbone is facing turned towards the mat. I want you to be able to lift your toes up if you can off of the mat. If you need something in front of you to balance, that is totally fine. I want you to be able to see your toes as well. You can reach your arms straight out in front of you or all the way up towards the ears if you can. And sit deep into your chair pose. Weight is in the heels. 2 more big breaths. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step forward. In between the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Strong foundation. Inhale all the way up to extended mountain. Exhale, arms down. We're going to do that one more time. Step out wide on your mat. Try to have your toes facing both ends of the mat. Strong foundation. Pressing the ball of the feet into the mat. Activating the glutes, the quads, and the abdominals. Inhale, arms up. Goddess pose. Squat, cactus arms. Chin is parallel to the mat. Inhale and exhale. 3 big breaths. Palms are strong. Fingers are open. Opening up that root chakra. Allowing to be steady, creative, and strong. Balanced, grounded. Inhale all the way up. Pivot that back foot. Step to the front of the mat again. Inhale and exhale into your chair pose. Sit deeply into the chair pose. Hands can be directly out in front of you, or you can have something for balance. Weight is in the heels. Tailbone is tucked just slightly, as if to bring the pubic bone just a little bit towards the belly button. Inhale, exhale. Inhale all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to flow again. Inhale, halfway lift, pressing on the shins, elongating the spine. Exhale, back into your high plank. Hold the breath or exhale into your chaturanga and inhale into up dog or your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe deep. Come up to your high plank again. Slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Get yourself centered. Then we're going to go into a locust pose. So have your hands at your sides. You can have your forehead on the mat. Feet and legs are actively squeezing together. And on your inhale, raise up your chest and your arms, pressing the tailbone towards the back of the mat. Now raise up your legs, opening up that front body, contracting the back body as best you can, raising it up as high as you can off the mat, arms, hips, and legs, keeping the feet close together as you can. One more deep breath. Inhale and exhale. And relax. Press into a downward facing dog. Inhale, walk to the hands or step all the way through. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Strong foundation. Inhale all the way up. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, back to plank. Slowly lower back down to the mat. And locust one more time. Forehead to the mat. Hands to the side. Get yourself centered. On the inhale, raise up the head, the chest, the arms, and the legs. Pressing the tailbone, pressing the pubic bone into the mat and the tailbone towards the back of the mat. 3 big breaths. Contracting the back body. Exhale all the way back down. You can place your hands just under your head and take a breath. You're doing so good. You can windshield wiper your legs, bending your knees a little bit, releasing that low back if you feel any tension there. Okay. Come back into a standing position. And we're going to step about 4 feet apart here into a wide-legged forward fold, keeping our toes towards the edge of the mat so you can be facing me. Inhale, arms up. Extending the shoulders, keeping the tailbone pressed towards the mat, not to arch the back. Exhale, hands to hip. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold, bending at the hips, hinging at the hips. Pressing the hips back. The weight is going to be a little bit into the heels of the feet. Put your hands down to the mat, down to the floor. And stay here. You can have blocks under your hands as well if you need to be a little bit higher. And you can line your hands up, your fingertips with your toes, if you have that in you. And just bend forward, relaxing the head and the neck, bending the elbows. Breathing deep. 4 deep breaths.
Stretching the inner thighs, back body. You can activate the quads here as well, give you a little bit extra stretch in the hamstrings. That's bringing the kneecaps up a little bit.
Inhale halfway, bring up straighten your back, walk your hands forward a little bit. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way back up. And step your feet back together again to the front of the mat. Flow again. Inhale all the way up, arms are up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back, your left foot back, high plank. Exhale down into chaturanga. Sphinx, cobra, or upward dog. Legs are active.
Inhale and exhale down into downward dog.
Step your right foot forward through the hands and left foot forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms down at the side. Mountain pose, palms are facing forward. Toes are spread wide. You're feeling all parts of the feet. Activating the knees, so the quads are active. The glutes are pressing toward the tailbone is pressing towards the mat a bit. Engaging the abdominals. Roll the shoulders back. Nice and tall in the spine. Chin is parallel to the mat. 3 breaths. Rounding, steady, stable mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold.
Keeping the legs active, or if you need to bend them. You can also have blocks here next to you. 3 deep breaths in, forward fold. Pressing into all parts of the feet. Hinging at the hips, allowing the back of the legs to stretch. Relaxing the head and neck and shoulders.
Big breath.
Okay, come up halfway a bit. Step that right leg back about 2 to 3 feet. You're going to point your toes either forward or slightly at about a 45-degree angle in the pyramid pose. So stretch the back, pressing the head towards the front, towards that opposite wall, elongating the spine, keeping the legs as straight as you can. If you need to, you can bend a little bit into that left knee. You can have blocks in front of you here. You can have them in any position that feels comfortable. As long as there's no pain, keeping the toes spread wide, pressing into that ball of the front foot and the back edge of the back foot if you have it at a 45-degree angle. Now, whatever position you have your blocks at, or if your hands are on the mat, fold forward, hinging at the hips, trying to reach the forehead towards the toes, keeping those hips in as much of a line as you can together, pressing that back hip forward and the front hip back. Breathe deeply, 3 deep breaths. You're doing great. Now inhale, arms or your back flat. Step that back foot forward, meeting the front foot. Bend your knees a little bit back and forth. Step that left foot or the opposite foot back. We're going to do the other side. So you can use your blocks here. Just like you did the other side. Whatever you did on the other side, do on this side. Extend that long spine and fold forward over that front leg. Pressing the front hip back and the back hip forward. Hinging at the hips. Allow the head and the neck and the shoulders to relax. Press that forehead towards your foot, trying to elongate the spine as best you can. Bend that front knee if you need to. So every inhale, you extend and elongate the spine, and every exhale, you try to just get a little bit closer to your foot, to your shin. Inhale up halfway, and exhale, bring that foot up to the front, and come down slowly onto your knees. Sit back onto your knees for just a moment. Nice deep breath. Now we're going to go into a gate pose. So face the side of your mat, come up onto your knees. Stretch that. You'll probably be stretching your left foot out. If you want to mirror me, I have my right foot out. And you can have your foot facing the end of the mat or about a 45-degree angle. Or if it's just not comfortable, you can have it facing forward. Ultimately, we do want it facing this way. Stretch that ankle. I'm not quite there. So nice and strong, the knee that you're on, you can have a small blanket underneath if it's too much pressure there. Or you can roll your mat up underneath it to have a little bit of extra support. You can have your back, my left foot. I have my foot completely flat onto the floor, pressing back to the other mat, back to the other wall. Raise up that left hand and slightly glide your right arm down your right leg. We're not putting weight on it, it's just a guide. Pressing the left hand towards the opposite corner of the room and look up if you can, or just look straight. Big breaths and a smile. You've got this. Opening up that left side body. Relax that right shoulder too. And we're not crunching in the right side. We're still trying to lengthen. Next inhale, come back up and relax that arm. Bring that right leg in. And you can move a little bit to the center of the mat, switching sides, keeping that left or the right knee right under the right hip. Press that left foot straight or a little bit at an angle, wherever you feel like you have that comfort. And if you need to, you can also have something in front of you for balance or pressing up against the wall a little bit so you're not falling forward. But here you're really pressing into the foot and activating this quad. So bring that kneecap up, raise that right arm, inhale, glide that left arm down the left leg, opening up that right side body, keeping the left side a little bit lengthened, not scrunched up. Look towards the ceiling if you can, or straight ahead, and smile. Close your eyes if you can.
tricep towards the ear. And also have a block under this left hand on either side of the leg. Inhale back up. Exhale, release. All right, wonderful. Now come to a laying down on your back position. And if you have anything at the sides of your mat, you might want to move it because we will do a twist, but first we're going to go into bridge pose. So bring your heels close to your buttock. If you can sweep them with your hands, great. If not, that's fine too. Knees are close together. And if you like, you can put a block between your knees to make sure that you're having a little bit of squeeze there. So you're not flailing your knees out, but good activation in the inner thighs. On your inhale, press the hips away from the mat into your bridge pose, keeping the eyes looking forward. You're looking towards the ceiling. You're not moving your head. You're not activating your neck. You can roll your shoulders down underneath you a bit, or even clasp your hands underneath you, bringing your shoulders under you, pressing into the shoulders, pressing into the arms, or pressing into the palms of the hands and the arms. So that way you're taking the pressure off of the neck. Okay, we're doing a slight chin lock here because the sternum is coming towards the chin. We're not moving the chin towards the sternum. Inhale, activating the glutes, squeezing those thighs together. One more big breath. If you have your hands clasped, then go ahead and bring those apart, palms on the mat, roll your shoulders out a little bit, and gently roll each vertebrae one at a time all the way back down to the mat. Hips come down last, and then near this tailbone. Big breath. Squeeze those knees into the chest. Bring the left leg down, flat on the mat, pointing the toes towards the ceiling. It's not loose, it's still an active leg. Use your left arm to press your right knee towards the left side, doing a spinal twist. Have your right arm out towards the right side of the room, and you can either keep looking up or gently look over your right shoulder, keeping your shoulder on the mat. Nice spinal twist here. Breathe deeply in and out. 2 more big breaths. Inhale that leg back up and straight down to the mat. Exhale and inhale. Left knee to the chest. Okay, left arm comes out to the left side. Right arm across the left leg, pressing it towards the right side of the room. Spinal twist to the other side. You can look up or gently over the left shoulder, keeping that left shoulder on the mat. You can also have your bolster or pillow or anything under this bent knee if it doesn't want to go very far. Give yourself some support for your block. Two more big breaths. Inhale back to center. Exhale, leg down.
Do one more bridge pose. So bring your heels towards your hips, knees together, palms flat on the mat. Shoulders are grounded and firm to the mat. Inhale, hips all the way up as far as you can, squeezing the knees together, relaxing the head, relaxing the neck, allowing the chest to come towards the head. You can bring your shoulders in and clasp the back of your hands. Another thing, stay up there. Another thing you can do is to have your block and place your block under your hips. Just to give you a little, just under the sacrum, give you some support, but allow to show that you have the ability to become very high in your bridge pose. And it doesn't have to be at the highest level. It can be at the mid level as well. Just to guide you until you can do a strong, steady bridge pose. One more big breath. And exhale, bring the shoulders out again. If you have your hands clasped, unclasped, and slowly guide your one vertebrae at a time all the way down to the mat till you hit the sacrum and the tailbone. Stretch your feet out to both edges of the mat. Have your legs nice and wide, palms facing up. And you can have your arms as wide as you like here. You can now cover yourself up with your blanket, cover your eyes, dim the lights. And we'll do our final pose of Savasana. Pose to allow all of this great work that you just did to balance your root chakra, to aid in grounding and being steady and strong and creative. Allow each part of your body to feel the foundation that you are on. Thank yourself for this time that you've done. It's amazing work. Be open and balanced and grounded. Let's focus on your breath. Allowing the tension to release, feeling every part of your body. Relaxing the right leg and the left leg. Right hip and the left hip. Lower back, the middle back, and the upper back are all relaxed. Relax the right arm and the left arm. The abdominals, the chest, the right shoulder and the left shoulder. Relax all parts of the neck, the front, the sides, and the back. Face, the jaw, forehead. Back of the head, the sides of the head. And finally relax the very top of the head. Whole body is relaxed. Breathing in steady groundedness through the feet. And exhaling anything that does not serve you all the way through the head. Envisioning that energy is flowing freely through you now. Any thoughts are creeping in, just allow them to pass by. Thank them for their presence and allow them to move on past. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Give you a few moments to just breathe and relax. Now coming back into your space, into yourself, and begin to wiggle your toes, fingers, ankles, your wrists, your arms. Stretch your body, both edges of the mat. Roll yourself onto any side that's comfortable. Place your head at the top of your arm, your top arm in front of your chest. Your knees are curled in towards yourself. Keeping the eyes closed. Nice deep breath. When you're ready, press away the floor. Again, keeping the eyes closed or a heavy gaze. Come into your easy pose, cross-legged seated position. Flesh out from under your sits bones so you can sit nice and tall. Elongating the spine towards the heavens. Chin is parallel to the chest. Roll the shoulders back, nice and tall. Hands on the knees. Big breath. Hands to heart center in a prayer position. You'll rub your hands together, create some friction. Cover your face with your hands. Smile. Open your eyes to look at your palms. Bring your palms away from your face. And that is complete. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful, grounded, steady day. Namaste.